Listen to this. In Colorado, consumers are taken for $20 million a year in fraud when it comes to the sewer pipe and sewer installation industry. You know, they say you got a clog, you got to replace your sewer, or you got a big major problem. You have to be very careful when you get your pipes inspected. Well, you know, Hydrophysics is a company on the show. Kemper Hippel is the president, and he says, I have a solution. Use me. Why would people use Hydrophysics? What's the main reason?
Well, Hydrophysics is the only unbiased pipe inspection company in Denver.
Why do you say that? Unbiased. You don't do repairs?
We do not do repairs. We don't come out to inspect piping and try and find a reason.
And you don't clean them either?
We don't clean them.
You just tell people what's wrong.
That's right.
Or what's right.
That's correct.
And you can do more than just sewers we'll get into. You guys have incredible technology that the commercial industry has used for years.
Right.
Because they're talking about hundreds of thousands of dollars to go under concrete and all that.
Absolutely.
But homeowners now can benefit from it. So talk about your technology. Let's see what you have. You have the latest technology.
Right. Today I brought what we call a mainline sewer camera, and this is a push-type camera instead of a tractor-driven camera that goes through large piping. This is more for residential and commercial buildings. And what this camera does is we insert it into the piping.
Let's show it. Now we have a monitor here.
Right.
So this would be a sewer line. By the way, they do water pipe inspection and leak detection too. But let's talk about this. This is something you could find in a sewer.
This actually was in a pipe yesterday. Thus it
yesterday,
was.
Literally.
Right. And basically what you've got, this is called a tail type root instead of a veil. And this grows the length of the pipe. And a lot of times people that do drain cleaning will tell you that you have to replace the pipe if there are roots in it, and that's not true.
And you really don't.
You don't have to.
Because they're going to come back, even with new pipes, they can get in. So let's talk about this then. What do you do to see that?
Well, what happens is we'll come over.
There's your camera, and here's the monitor.
Right. And we'll come in and put the camera in there.
Right.
And, for example, this pipe here has tree roots in it.
Right.
And that's a veil type tree root. And those come through the joints and hang in the piping. And obviously, they plug it up.
And you can get these cleaned, and they can last you years and years and years.
That's correct.
But if you do see a break in a pipe, you would know.
Right, and we use transmitters and we locate it so
now
it can
that's what I want to talk.
repair.
That's what I want to talk about quickly right now. Okay, we've already talked about the inspection of the pipe. But one of the more important services I think you do, and you did it for me with a pipe, was told me where under the concrete it was, how deep it was. I could have a guy come out to my house and do that digging instead of searching for it.
That's right.
That's really important. Now explain how you do that.
Well, we attach a transmitter to our cameras.
Okay.
And we have receivers, and we follow it along the surface. And then we can get a depth measurement.
It's here, and it's 28 inches.
That's right.
Wow.
Well, we pinpoint it because obviously, as you know, it's expensive to dig up all kinds of concrete trying to find something.
Oh, especially, as I said, with commercial buildings, it could be so expensive.
It is.
All right, so with this, not only can you inspect, but you can locate.
That's right.
Now, let's talk about the scams. What have you found when you came out for people and did second opinions?
Well, a lot of times it's, since clay tile does have roots,
yes,
a standard practice is to inspect a pipe. A drain cleaner will look at it and say, well, there's roots in it, so it has to be broken. And that's not true because roots will penetrate through the joints of clay pipe. It's just an inherent problem with clay tile, and it just becomes a maintenance item as piping gets older.
Now, so many people feel they are combined services, the inspection, location, and the repair. But you like to keep them separate and unbiased. So they can call you for a second opinion.
Right.
But maybe even better, they can call you if they have a problem, if they start noticing a problem, even a clog, because you can tell them, here's what you need, here's what you have. And if the guy tells you something different, you already have the information.
That's right. And it is a really good way to protect yourself because if you get a baseline on your sewer line at your property and keep it, if you have a problem with it in a couple of months and someone comes out and says, we've got to dig it up, which we have at least 10 to 12 a week where we do second opinions. That's only the ones we get asked to do that have been told to replace their sewer line. There's absolutely nothing wrong with it.
So look what you're saving people.
Oh, yeah.
That one trip, if they had to replace a sewer line, you're talking 8 to 12 to 14 grand, right?
Absolutely. So there's a large savings in this.
People must really be grateful when that happens.
Oh, they are. Yeah, they're ecstatic. I mean, most people don't have $12,000 to replace their sewer line.
What would you say the percentage is of things you find where they've been told they need it and they don't?
of re-inspects?
Yeah.
Oh, I bet it's 98%.
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
So 98% of the time you find
Right.
they don't really need replacement.
That's right.
Wow.
And the way it works, I mean, a lot of times they'll come out and they'll say, well, you know, it's fortunate we found out we can dig this up tomorrow. So if you hear that,
Get a second opinion. Or call them immediately. Once again, this is how clear that technology is.
Let me show you what a clean pipe looks like after it's been cleaned.
Now, what do you do for tree roots? So now you can see how clean it is afterwards. See? So you would be able to look and see.
Right.
Do you want to talk about tree roots?
Yes.
What about
See,
them?
this is a clean pipe here.
That's where a lot of people think I should be, in the sewer, but okay.
No.
Now, listen, you're going to do a 10% off any service.
That's correct.
And that's including second opinions or initial opinions.
Right.
Does that include commercial?
Commercial, yes, absolutely.
Okay. So if you have a commercial building or a rental, 10% off any service, residential or commercial. And I like this. This can cost you money. Toilet leak test.
Yes. While we're there, we'll as an added value, we'll go ahead and test your toilets to make sure they're not losing water, which a leaky flapper on a toilet will lose about 4,800 gallons a day.
You can't necessarily see it.
No, you can't see it and you can't hear it. That's why
I know it. And that
silent.
can cost you a lot of money. Plus,
Yes.
you guys do leak detection, I should mention that.
We do. We do water leak detection.
And they can locate leaks for you. Plus, listen to this, that free toilet leak test. That alone can save you a couple $100 to $300 a year just in one tiny leak in a toilet. Mention Martino TV, please. Hydrophysics, 303-806-0622. And then it's hydro-physics.net, 303-806-0622. Kemper, I appreciate it. Kemper
You bet,
Hipple.
Tom.
Were you ever teased about your name
Yes.
in school? I
Yes.
figured. Okay. Okay. I wanted to know where Kemper came from. Family name?
Oh, family name.
All right. All right, Paula. We found out about Kemper Hipple's name.
All right. Thanks, Tom.